Hello, YouTube. What powerful new weapons has Ukraine developed? When we're speaking about December 2024. What I'll tell you comes from the military observer in the Russian media, Mikhail Khodorkovsky. He's well qualified, he's got military background, and of course the Russians are worried about such new developments. Successful tests of the new Ruta cruise missile have been conducted in Ukraine, according to Vladimir Zelensky. The tactical and technical characteristics of the promising product were not disclosed, but this is far from the only new product that will be adopted to equip the armed forces of Ukraine in the near future. So what kind of weapons is Kiev developing and what are they capable of? The president of Ukraine, Zelensky, noted that Ruta is an important element in strengthening the country's defense capability and demonstrates the achievements of the Ukrainian defense industry. This missile was first presented at the largest international arms exhibition, Eurosatory 2024, which traditionally takes place in Paris. As for the name of the promising Ukrainian product, according to legend, which still exists in the Carpathian Mountains, Ruta is a yellow flower that turns red for only a few minutes on the night of Ivan Kupala. The tactical and technical characteristics of the product have not been announced at this time. It remains only to assume that the tactical and technical requirements for the new product look approximately as follows. Combat range, 800 to 1,000 kilometers. Flight altitude from 60 to 100 meters. Weight of the warhead, 300 to 450 kilograms. Most likely, the Ruta rocket was created in close cooperation with foreign enterprises. Recently, several promising models of weapons and military equipment have been supplied to the armed forces of Ukraine, and the mass production is underway. Among them, the turbojet unmanned aerial vehicle Polyanitsa should be noted. The firing range of this UAV is 600 to 700 kilometers. The warhead weighs about 50 kilograms. And the cost of the device is estimated at about 1 million. The Peklo, or Inferno, drone rocket should also be attributed to the same class of UAVs. According to some reports, this device, or apparatus maybe is a better term, reaches the speed of about 700 kilometers an hour and covers a distance of up to 700 kilometers. The drone is most likely launched from the front-line bombers. There is no information about the type and weight of the warhead yet. And although it is difficult to attribute the Ukrainian reconnaissance UAV GOR to the number of the unconditional novelties of the Ukroobоронпром Ukrainian defense industry, the first flight of the apparatus was recorded back in May of 2022. The scale of combat use of this drone is very growing. The flight range of the apparatus is 130 kilometers. The operating altitude is 1,200 to 600 meters, and the flight duration is 2.5 hours. Ukrainian achievements in the field of unmanned aviation include the Vampire and heavy-shot night UAV bombers, Calibri, darts, and Kamik FPV drones, looted drones, Firepoint 1, and so forth. For example, the Vampire UAV is further development of the Ukrainian Baba Yaga drone, a hexacopter used by the Ukrainian armed forces during its military operations. It is equipped with a thermal imager and is capable of carrying up to 6 combat units, in particular 82 millimeter mines. The developer and manufacturer of the heavy shot drone is Gurzuf Defense Company, Lviv region. Depending on the configuration, these drones can carry from 1 to 8 120mm mines. The An-196 Ruta or Fierce is a long-range kamikaze drone. The take-off weight of this apparatus is 300 kilograms, and the weight of the warhead is up to 50 kilograms. The flight range of the Ruta reaches 1,000 kilometers. The Calibre kamikaze FPV drone can deliver a kilogram of explosives at the distance of up to 6 kilometers, at the speed of 170 kilometers an hour. These are just a few examples from a very, very extensive fleet of Ukrainian UAVs. Listing only the names of the APU drones will take several pages. In total, Ukraine has currently more than 200 types of unmanned vehicles for various purposes at various stages of development or production, and more than 100 firms and enterprises are involved in this process. But the Ukrainian innovations in the field of weapons and military equipment are far from being exhausted by drones alone. In particular, at the Boris Paton award ceremony, the president of Ukraine stated, "The long-range Neptune will soon become a terrifying reality for the occupiers." The R-360 Neptune is an anti-ship subsonic cruise missile developed by the Luch Design Bureau in Kiev. During the fighting, it was repeatedly used against ground targets. Initially, the range of the R-360 was 300 kilometers, but Ukraine has plans to increase the range of this missile to 1,000 kilometers. Most likely, this is the version of Neptune that Vladimir Zelensky had in mind. Earlier in October 2024, the president of Ukraine announced the successful flight tests of a new Ukrainian ballistic missile, which indicates significant progress in the development of the country's missile program. The president of Ukraine did not disclose any details. However, Mikhail Podolyak, advisor to the head of Vladimir Zelensky's office, clarified that its flight range could reach 600 to 700 kilometers. Today, the creation of ballistic missiles has long ceased to be some kind of know-how that is available to a select few, and Ukraine is not expected to have any insurmountable difficulties along this path, especially given the methodological assistance of the allied countries and access to imported electronic components. There's another point here. Due to the fact that almost the entire territory of Ukraine is under the fire of the Russian aerospace forces and navy, concerns were rightly expressed about whether Ukraine would be able to organize large-scale mass production of ballistic missiles in such conditions. After all, prototypes and pre-production samples are one thing, and inline production is quite another matter. And in this case, we're talking about a very significant cooperation of what Khadarona calls co-executors. As for the mass production of UAVs of all classes, Ukraine has all the necessary competencies for this. Nevertheless, the most complex components, a number of engine models, navigation, come from Western enterprises. Russian troops launched a group attack, by the way, on the SBU, Ukrainian State Security Agency, Control Center, the Patriot Air Defense System positions, and the Ukrainian Luch Design Bureau, which produced the Neptune missile systems and ammunition for the Orkha. The Russian Defense Ministry called this response to the attack by the Ukrainian armed forces on the territory of Rostov region on December 18. So they responded, and more fighting is taking place. If you find me on the X, former Twitter, I bring almost daily updates on the drone fighting in Ukraine and Russia and ongoing attacks there. And I will bring you more information about the new weapons of Ukraine and Russia as the war goes on. And I sincerely hope that the fighting will stop soon and no more lives are lost. But that's outside the scope of this video. If you like my video, please support me. To the links you will find in description to this video, please like my videos and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.